First, I like the fact that you've validated the fact that Mastercard is not a card company; it's a technology company.
It is.
So, allow me to read you something that I posted a couple of days ago, 4 days ago actually, on my LinkedIn page. And I appreciate that you're probably under some NDAs, so there's certain things that you can't talk about. Completely appreciate about that.
Yeah,
That's how
sure.
it is. The battle for the hearts and minds of Africa's fintech future is on.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you saw this post of mine. In the last few days, we have seen a concerted effort by two of the world's largest payment platforms, Visa and Mastercard, to mark the fintech territory in Africa. A quick glimpse of the situation quickly tells me, number one, Visa has mainly focused on pure play fintech investments. Number two, Mastercard has mainly focused on mobile money platforms, building viable fintech ecosystems or rails for the financial services space. Number three, in 12 years, Visa has pumped in about $649.5 million in the fintech ecosystem in Africa through strategic investments, totaling 7 deals. Number four, that Mastercard, led in the fintech M&A game, has over the last 6 years pumped in $356 million on 3 deals. Jumia Group, e-commerce, Airtel Money, the mobile money arm of Airtel Africa, and of course, MTN Momo, which is still in the news. I think the ink has not even dried in that piece of news. So, what's next on the African fintech buffet table? If you allow me to use that word. The elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Go for it. Go for it before I respond.
The elephant in the room is who will back the crown jewel of Africa's fintech and mobile money space. Of course, I'm talking about M-Pesa Africa, the joint venture of Kenya's Safaricom PLC, home of M-Pesa, and Vodacom. Then there's Cellulant, which is, in my humble opinion, one of the most undervalued fintech assets in the world. And, I can go on and on, but I've set the stage for our next part of our conversation. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, look, you can tell me, Ali, I'm sorry, there's this part of this conversation I can't talk about, but I'll be humbled and honored to get a glimpse of what you guys are thinking about.
Well, I think let me just start by saying that Mastercard's focus is on intuitive partnerships that will be able to build very inclusive ecosystems, and with that being said, both in the fintech and in the telco space, we actually look for what partners will have this common intent on being very intuitive to be able to change the game. And I know you've talked about Airtel. You've mentioned a couple of other telcos that Mastercard has put the skin in the game, and part of investing in this telcos and fintechs is one. If you want to bring some sort of partnership in the space, you got to put fuel in the car, and put fuel in the car. You're fully vested to see the success of you two coming together. Now, if you look at the African landscape, fintechs are constantly creating. And the good thing about, some of these fintechs is they're building from ground up. So they're solving a problem. And if you're able to partner with someone who's solving a problem, whether it's a basic need or a secondary need, you're able to impact on, those particular people and individuals. So Mastercard's partnership approach has gotten us to this space where you'll see us a lot in the fintech space, partnering to, co-create and build together. You'll see us a lot, likes of Airtel Africa and all, to see what can we do in the entire market. And we learn also from the different markets what to do and what not to do to be able to deliver these intuitive services. And I would say this is a very core focus for us because we believe I would say this is a gold mine that has been untapped for such a long time. And even if you look at telcos, look at how mobile money or financial services are contributing to the overall annual revenues. You'd see them in the 30s, 40s, some are even reaching 50s in some of the biggest telcos we have around, which tells you that data and services and calls are plateaued. I think enterprise is trying to figure itself out in the telcos, but the mobile financial services has kind of like got it, and it's on that particular bullet
They are
train,
running with it.
And as Mastercard was saying, you're running with it. You're on that particular train or rails. We are with you, and we are going to power it to even run faster. And with that particular view and approach, that's why you're seeing a lot of partnerships coming across board, and it's not just telcos and fintechs. You're seeing the likes of Jumia. I'm sure you've seen Glovo somewhere, because we're also looking at the merchant space, because it's also touching on the same unbanked individuals we keep talking about.
Correct.
And
Correct.
yeah, and with that diversity and scale, are we able to live with purpose to see how our technology is changing a life somewhere.
Wow. So, Lenin, I'm really curious about something. There is so much activity going on in this space.
Yes.
A couple of things. Number one, despite the immense growth and transformation that mobile money has had across Africa, we are just scratching the surface. If you take the three biggest mobile money operators in Africa, that's MTN, M-Pesa Africa, and Airtel Money.
Yep.
Those three, their monthly actual users, monthly active users of Momo across Africa is below 200 million. M-Pesa is about 61 million. MTN Money is slightly above that, around 62, depending on who you ask, million. I'm not sure about Airtel Money numbers. They don't share those numbers yet, but it's definitely below the two. So even if you say Airtel Money is 50 million, so that's 162 plus 50 is 172. 172. Africa is a continent moving towards 1.4 billion people.
Yes.
So when I hear people talk about M-Pesa being dominant or MTN being dominant, I'm like, whatever it is that you're smoking, stop smoking it. Because these guys are not dominant. Yeah. Yes, they may be dominant in Africa, but Africa is not equivalent to Kenya. You know what I mean? So
yeah, totally get it.
I can see where the attraction is between Airtel, which between Mastercard, which is where you guys are focused on telco, and you are the man in the middle of the kitchen cooking that biryani, so to speak. So where do you think this is going? Do you think we're ever gonna hit 60, 80% penetration rate of mobile money across Africa? Because when we hit that, that's gonna be a game changer.
Yeah, I mean, when we hit that, it will be a game changer. But I think also another stark reality is, cash is still king. And even with, the millions of subscribers you're talking about, I would believe Africa is still on the cash economy side of things. And, to move from where we are, we shall probably say it's a 10 or a 20%, if you're to sum up everything, to cover the entire 80%. I think it will take, I don't know whether to call it a revolution, to get it to that particular space. But we can only build one piece at a time to even start thinking about this dream that we would want to realize, to have, say, 80, 85 or 90% fully digitized on mobile money or this particular, a piece of things. And if you look at even how the mobile money platforms are trying to evolve, I mean, it moved from just sending and receiving money, and now you're seeing overdraft facilities. Now they're all trying to be lifestyle applications, whereby if I want insurance, let me go to my mobile money platform. If I want to buy, stocks in the NSC, I can still find it there. If I want to book my SGR, which is a train here in Nairobi, I can still find it there. And with that, they're trying to build the stickiness of, every other person who has a, miniature phone or can access both USSD and the app, starts to get sticky with these particular services with the hope that it scales. Touching on the people who are still on the cash side of things, I think it's going to take more than you and I to be able to realize that. But one common thing is it's going to take a lot of partnerships to be able to crack more into that particular space. So we'll have to hold hands, Mastercard, partner X, partner Y, to even start to dig deeper into growing beyond, even the subscriber base that we are all, looking at as a lens in terms of people who we can convert to mobile money services.